spooky friends, and welcome to a differently scheduled... Well, hold on.
Crushing the intro.
Welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scary-ish podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz,
Hello.
and we just got back from Mexico.
Indeed, we did. I am quite tired. However, I will say we had a pretty good time in Mexico. I think that's a pretty good way to say that.
Yeah.
Don't know if you agree. We'll get into that a little bit, but tonight we're going to be doing Storytime. Robin, we're going to be reading those things called homegrown horrors. What is a homegrown horror?
Homegrown horrors are these stories of paranormal, supernatural, spiritual experiences that you, your family, your friends have had, and you take the time out of your day to send them to us, and we get to read them to the rest of our spooky friends. And they range from things that scare the pants off of us to things that make us laugh, said pants off.
Yeah,
so
it's very true. So if you have a story that you would like to share with us, you can email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to facebook.com/scarishpodcast and hit us up on Facebook. You can also join the Spooky Friends group if you want to post it there for some instant feedback. And then you can hit us up on our other social medias. Twitter is @scarishpod. Instagram is @scarishpodcast. And you can also you can also go to our website, scarish.com. Click on Contact Us. That comes directly to us. There's a bunch of different ways to reach out to us. So however you are most comfortable doing, I encourage you to do that. So before we move into the stories, I'm just going to say a couple things. First of all, we have 4 stories tonight. We both have one short, one long. So that's fun. Secondly, it is January, and you know what that means. It is January Patreon push. So go over to patreon.com/scarishpodcast. They are monthly donations. You can sign up. It's as little as $1 a month. 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 20 nickels. And you can go ahead and get early access to all of our content and ad-free access to all of our content, which is pretty fucking choice. So, that said, let me move into some other stuff. When we were in Mexico, shout out to Woo Scary-ish, who just subscribed.
Thank you so
for
much.
the 9th month using their Twitch Prime. So
I heard it from the speaker.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that we actually have some like live audio now. We went down to Mexico. It's not a secret. We went down to Mexico for a vacation, and on the way down there, we were like, we need to bring with us a catchphrase for our trip. And the one that we had been workshopping was choice. So instead of saying like tight or toit or noise, it would be choice. But you have to say it like your teeth are holding it back, and then it just like falls out of your mouth.
That's just you.
Choice. It's fun. So eventually it wound up transforming into choisin, which is a mixture of choice and poison. So when we were doing shots, we would shout it out. It's already been actually said in our stream chat by MJ and Jay, who are watching us right now from Mexico. And they say, tan and beautiful, Robin. Indeed, you
thanks.
are.
Yeah, I was looking in the mirror earlier. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tan now.
I will say that the catchphrase I liked the most from our trip down there is something that we've actually said before, but it just made a comeback. So if you ever have like a goofy picture, or you do something silly, or maybe you do something badass, and you just want to describe yourself, or you want to describe what you're doing, or maybe a friend of yours does something, you can do #ThisGuyFucks.
I feel like that should just keep in that group. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's so good that it has to go out into the world. In fact, I've already stated it once on our social media. Someone posted a meme that was about like, rather than like have sex, like choose paranormal activity. It's like paranormal activity instead of sexual activity. You show me the meme.
Yeah.
And so I went on the Spooky Friends group on the official Scary-ish podcast account, and I commented like, well, funny, Scary-ish does not endorse this message. #ThisPodcastFucks.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and take that and put it out into the world, we fully encourage you to do that. Anyways, that's everything I got before we start reading. We both have emails. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
Let me start. My first one's short, so it'll be
okay.
Short and sweet. All right. So this subject is psychic experience. Cool. And it goes, Hi. Hello. My name's Aaliyah. I just started listening to you guys, so I'm pretty behind on your podcast. Good for you. There's a huge backlog, and you can take all the time in the world to go through it.
Indeed. It'll be waiting for you, so take
We've
your time.
had people comment, like, I'm going through this the second or third time through, and we're like, oh, my God.
It's pretty awesome.
You guys are so awesome. But I've always had psychic experiences / spooky stuff happen to me, even when I was a kid. I used to wake up every night and see shadow people, but it gave off a safe presence, so I wouldn't care and would go back to sleep. Honestly,
how do shadow people give off a safe presence?
But it happens to a lot of people. And
I know.
Like,
I just
like,
imagine it would be absolutely terrifying. I can't picture it in my brain. That's
sometimes when I am up late, I just get creepy feelings, you know? And it's just because my mind is playing tricks on me. It's not because anything is actually happening, but I just kind of get weird feelings like, what if that shadow's more than just a shadow? What if it's darker than usual, you know?
Wow.
Like Darkness Falls type of stuff.
Like with the evil tooth fairy?
Yeah.
Have you lost a tooth recently?
No, but
Think we're pretty
I'm just saying, what if shadows move? You know what I mean? So
your mind plays tricks on
sometimes-
you and you start reading into the things
right.
around the room.
And so sometimes I just have to tell myself, like, just go to sleep. Don't even think about it. That you're just overthinking it.
Yeah, like what if all those clothes on that chair over there are somehow populated by a shadow demon? It's so true though. Like in the middle of the night, you see the shadow of something and you know exactly what it is, but it just looks more terrifying.
So I watched the Bye Bye Man recently on Netflix.
I watched that one with you actually.
Yeah, and it was like the coat came to life or something from the wall.
Yeah,
that was weird. But
it wasn't as terrible as a movie as I thought it was going to be.
But you knew something was going to happen with that pile of clothes,
right?
You know. All right, continuing on. This is not the story. About them feeling the safe presence, whatnot. Not the story, but they're getting there. So, I'm now 18, and I had this exercise when I was 17. I had a very odd dream about being at my aunt's house and doing witchcraft rituals.
Rituals? That's the best thing I've ever heard.
No, doing witchcraft.
Shout out to Dre who just resubscribed.
Thank you so much.
6th month using their own money. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much. And again, if you guys have Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch. It's completely free. You get Twitch Prime included with your Amazon Prime. And with your Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription to whatever channel of your choice. Once every
well played.
Once every 28 to 30 days or something like that. So go ahead and do that. And
hopefully you choose us.
Yeah, hopefully you choose us.
Let us be your choice.
Jesus. Okay. Anyway, continuing on. So, odd dream about being at my aunt's house and doing witchcraft rituals. I don't know why it keeps coming out like sounding like
witchcraft rituals.
It's like wispy. Okay. So I dreamed of a circle of fire and a wig made out of human bones. So keep this in mind.
It's pretty gross.
I woke up and told my mom about it. She thought it was odd, but later that day, she got a call from my frantic aunt saying that her friend, who is saying that her friend, who is very clairvoyant, told her she was cursed. Her friend was contacted by someone on the other side, and they told her my aunt was cursed. She already had suspicions of this, and they told her She already had suspicions of this because her marriage felt as if it was falling apart. That's depressing. It's
that is depressing.
By the way, you're cursed. Your marriage is falling apart. Fuck you.
Statistically, then, most people are cursed then, because I'm just saying most marriages fail.
One of the rituals they had to do to get rid of the curse was a circle of fire. They also had a ritual where human bones appeared in my aunt's friend's hair.
That's a pretty weird fucking ritual.
So it's like they had a dream. Like they had
of
this
something
clairvoyant
that was to
dream.
come.
Right. Wait, is that clairvoyance when you see the future?
I don't know if that's clairvoyance when you see the future. That's premonition, maybe? Clairvoyance is like when you see things you're not supposed to know, but I don't know if it's past or present. I don't know if it's... Let me just put it this way. I don't know if clairvoyance is restricted to the future only.
Okay. All right. Since then, I've predicted the birth of my niece and the death of my uncle. That's... Sad. Both happy and
awesome.
sad.
Yeah.
Thanks for reading. Love the podcast. Heart. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. I think it's funny because you've predicted a couple things, too.
I have. Pretty freaking accurately, too.
And my mom always calls me and tries to say, well, I had a dream about this, and you should stay away from this. And...
It's like, you should stay away from water 3 days before we're flying to Japan last year.
I know. I was like, what? No, she did the same thing, too. Before we went to Mexico, she's like... I had a premonition, not a premonition, but I had a dream that you should stay away from water. And I'm like, I'm about to fucking go to Mexico where it's just water.
And she lives in Hawaii. So it's like, I will make sure I stay away from like the middle of the ocean, but I'll skirt the outsides. How about that?
So it was just funny to me. But yeah. Thank you so much.
Good stuff. Thank you for sending that in. That's a really good example of how we get stuff through Instagram, because I believe mine is going to be on Instagram, or from Instagram as well.
We've had a couple from Instagram. I know I took one from Instagram yesterday or the day before yesterday. We've been getting a few, and we thank you guys so much for keep sending us all that stuff. So if you have any stories, please send them our way.
Indeed. All right, let's look over into stream chat. See what you wonderful folks had to say to start the show. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is a tired boy. I am very tired.
The story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world.
That sounds pretty good right now. I'd rather drown than listen to that song. So, excuse me. Let's go ahead and scroll to the top. See who the first person was in the chat. Number 1 for the show was Glitchgram over there in Twitch. Shout out to Glitchgram. He started it with woo. Erica was directly after that. Missed it by a second. First person over there in YouTube. And then I'll let you take over your Twitch stuff.
We're glad that everybody is able to join us. Seems like a lot of people were confused, which is totally understandable since it's been probably over a week since we were like
8 days.
We're not going to be doing it on Wednesday. But we're glad you guys have shown up to this particular stream. Yes, we did have to reschedule things because we were in Mexico. We just got back last night.
I always assume that folks are as caught up on the podcast as can be, which is not the best assumption to make because I'm not as caught up on every podcast I listen to as can be. Why is
this chair so tall? No wonder.
I don't know.
Thank you so much, Austin. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's because Emanon gifted a sub. Thank you, Emanon, for gifting a sub to Austin All.
Indeed. And shout out to Kid Koji, who just followed us as well.
I love that sound bite. Okay.
Also, some shout outs, Scoobert Dubert for following us when we were off the air.
Best.
Slidens, Lost Alt, and Austin All, who also followed us when we were not on the air. Thank you so much to all you folks. Just in case you're watching right now, we appreciate that.
What was I going to say now? I've already forgotten. What were we talking about before that happened?
I don't know. The light just moved.
The light just moved by itself again?
I'm pretty sure it's all tangled up down there, and like as the tangles start to untangle, then it starts to move a little bit. So no big deal. All right. We were going to read this stuff from all the folks that are watching us.
No. But we were in Mexico. We just got back last night. I had to go to work this morning, and now we're here. So I'm kind of super tired.
I scheduled the extra day because I was like, there's no way I'm going to try and make it into work.
I stayed up last night, too, to try and take product photos for my new acrylic charms. I don't know why I tried to do that because they came out looking like shit. And I took them while I was I took new ones while I was on my lunch break today because I have like a lamp on my desk. So those new pictures that I posted are ghetto lit, but they look a lot better. So
right on.
I mean, yeah. So I've been a little busy.
Emanon has redeemed Ask a Question. The question is, Austin's chilling in my living room with Shawnee and I for his first live stream. Thank you for joining us. It sounds like it's more like a watch party, but you all still managed to sign in. That really helps our numbers, and we sincerely appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Over there on YouTube said hello. What up, Emma? Thank you for joining us. Anna is also here. Says hi ho, neighbors. Hi diddly ho. How you doing? Blanca Bello is here. Says hola. Of course, I already called out MJ&J, who started their presence here with hashtag Choisin. Maya says hello, Adam and Robin. How was Mexico? Mexico was pretty good. Not gonna lie.
It was fun. It was different.
The ocean was so nice. It was warm, and it was like someone like had the wave pool on the perfect setting the entire time we were there. And then my friend John brought this little ball that's meant to be in the water. I think it's called a water ball, and you can throw it, and it skips like a rock over the water surface.
I didn't get to see that. I was like, I'm gonna sit on the beach and try to read. I met a nice Canadian woman. She was great. She also gave me a book, and I still have that book. It was just really cool. Definitely got burned. I think I'm already peeling, like my nose is peeling. And I'm much more tan than I was when I left.
Yeah, the tan thing is real.
Which is funny because when I left, I was like, I'm so pale. I'm going to be pasty. And the sun
took care of it.
Took care of that. So it was great. Yeah, no, Mexico was fun. I drank way too much, but it was cool.
It's very true.
Scuba Dubert says, this is my first live stream.
What up? Thank you for joining us, Scuba Dubert.
That name is so cool.
Yesenia said, damn, I'm late. And Emma said, they're
we
starting
just started
stories now.
Yeah.
So, and I think Yesenia came in like literally right when we started. So,
oh, cool.
No worries at all.
Meadow says, I forgot you guys were streaming today, so I subbed earlier way before the show started. Thank you so much.
We love you.
Thank
you so much.
Yeah.
I think it should still let you share it. If not, then we know you did it, and we appreciate that. Yesenia says, Adam, your face is naked. Yeah, I shaved it last week so that when I went down to Mexico, I wouldn't wind up tanning on like the top part of my face because the beard wasn't going to stay around forever. And I knew if I shaved any time recently after we went to Mexico, then the next thing you know, it was going to be like tan up here and then completely white underneath, like the opposite of what Batman's tan would be if he went out during the day.
Let's see. Captain Fake Eye says, watching you guys makes me happy. Had a really hard day at work and needed this. Hopefully your night gets better and your day tomorrow at work's not so bad.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Lady M says, hello, everyone. Hello.
Andrew Ruiz says, hey, what up, Angel? Thank you for joining us. Anna says, you are the chosen one.
Oh, my God.
Chosen.
I'm What's for Dinner says, can we make Interrupt Robin a thing again? That was hilarious. I mean, that's all up to you guys. You guys do whatever you guys want to do. Mrs. Illa says, prophetic is seeing the future. So I think clairvoyant is like what the people from Annabelle, what are their names? I forget already. Oh my God.
Only one of them is clairvoyant.
Yeah,
Lorraine Warren.
Lorraine Warren. I think she was a clairvoyant, right? Because she can just sense spirits. Maybe that's what a clairvoyant is.
Right. I don't know like the textbook definition.
We don't know.
That sounds about right.
We're not scientists. We're historians. So
Emma says, I don't think either of those things would know either. Emma says, dang, Adam's glare at the camera is intimidating. I don't mean it to be intimidating. I'm just like listening very intently. There's this weird game I play with myself where I'm like, where do I look if I don't want to look at the camera? Do I look at this and make sure that our audio sample is good? Do I look over there at Magikarp on the board? Because then it looks like I'm looking off.
That Magikarp is gigantic.
It is. It's a huge pin. Robin has a pin board over there with a Magikarp on it and a bunch of other stuff. But
I love hard enamel pins.
Magikarp is the one that catches
like
my eye.
This big.
So I'm like, do I stare over there and just stare at that? Would this look like I'm actually like being very pensive or like I'm not paying attention? So if I feel like it looks like I'm not paying attention, then I just look at the camera and try and do like reactions as if I were on The Office. So sometimes it gets intense. My bad.
Captain Fake Eye says, how long were y'all in Mexico? I think we were in Mexico for like 5 days. Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, and we left Wednesday.
So 4 days.
Which wasn't too bad. We got to do a lot of fun stuff, so that was great.
Yeah, we got back last night at like 10. So yeah.
And then I went to sleep and woke up and got to work early. It was great. Emma
says, I'm so happy the stream is tonight. I really thought I missed it yesterday and I was bummed. I always try and make sure we post when the day the stream's going to be on. I should have posted something yesterday, but we were in the air for most of the day or stuck in airports with no Wi-Fi and shitty service. So I didn't post anything like, just a reminder, like it's going to be tomorrow. So that's my bad.
I'm What's for Dinner says, how do we redeem Ask a Question? Do I have to sub? Did they already redeem? No, they didn't. When you get enough points, there are a whole bunch of different options that you can do. I know on iPad, there's like a little button on the left of the chat on my iPad, and it allows me to send a message or unlock subs, highlight my message, things like that. I think if you're on an iPhone or something, it's a little different. If you're on your PC or something like that, we have this thing called souls, and the souls are able to get redeemed for different things.
It should be like a menu that's on the actual screen itself. Right. It's a Streamlabs plugin, so play around with it and see if you can figure out how it works. And then if not, Emanon should be able to let you know, hopefully in the chat.
Emanon says, we're watching you on my PlayStation. Each one of us are on our phones who started so we can all be in the party.
Nice.
Everyone's sitting in the living room watching on PlayStation. We'll sign in on our phones. That's cool.
Kiana says, oh snap, Thursday podcast. Yes. I read that like from Letterkenny when they're talking about like the really weird stuff people say in porn, and one of the things that bother them, and one of the one of the people is like, I hate it when a chick just says it like a million times and then ends it on a ridiculous one, like yes.
It's so over the top, so dumb. That show is so funny though.
That show is so good. And someone else is like, I hate it.
Vacation, we're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, the other person is like, I hate it when like the action's getting really good and then the guy out of nowhere is like, oh fuck. So our first night down there, we kept quoting it, and we're like, the people in the next room are gonna think we're having sex, but really we're just quoting Letterkenny. So
Mrs. Zilla says, when you're clairvoyant, it means you're open to the other side. Let's see.
Britt Newt says, dang, I'm late. Rough day at work, but super happy I get to watch live stream. We're super happy you get to be with us.
Kid Koji says, I so pale. It's cool. Us too.
Yeah.
When we're not coming back from vacation normally. We definitely are. Captain Fake Eye said, I went to Florida for 2 days because I had to give a talk. That is so cool.
That is cool.
And I was definitely so pale at the poolside compared to everyone else. It's funny.
Anna said, you've only missed one story. Very short, but good. Curses and prophetic dreams. Glitch Grim said, speaking of pins, and then sent the link to Robin's Kawaii Corner.
Yeah, thank you so much for posting a link to the pins. You guys can order our new heart enamel pins. I've posted them so much on our social media, so on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing them, but please order them. They're very cute. I love them. I love everybody that sent us pictures of them in their new homes. You guys are great. I also have new My Hero Academia acrylic charms, and I have new Demon Slayer acrylic charms. So if you guys want to check it out, go to the Etsy shop. It's awesome. Super nerdy.
I am caught up over here. So whenever you are ready, I can move on to my story.
Okay. Captain Fake Eye says, I was at a resort in Florida and actually gave a talk about podcasting. That's pretty freaking sweet.
That is sweet.
That's awesome. La 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 la. Xenoxis says, on the Samsung mobile app, there's a little Twitch icon in what looks like green with glasses and headphones on, and there's an option in there that says redeem souls. That is cool. That's really good to know.
That is really good to know. Good looking out. There's always freestyling before Robin reads.
Sorry, it's because I'm just
between
processing.
She can't move between sentences without giving us a little few notes. One of these days, they will be turned into an album, and it's going to be amazing.
Emanon says, you guys, for the next vacation, you need to go down to Sandals Resort in Jamaica. My mom and dad were there about 12 years ago now, and they loved every second of it. Maybe. That'd be cool.
We had friends that went to Jamaica a few years ago, and they had nothing but good things to say. So,
Aries says, download a Discord. How do I get to your Discord?
If you go to scarish.com, scroll down on the right-hand side.
Glitch has posted a link.
Or you can do that.
Yeah, Glitch has posted a link, so you just click on that. It'll take you there.
That also works. Thank you, Glitch.
Oh, Captain Fake Eye, I didn't even know you had a podcast. They have a podcast called CREOGS Over Coffee. It's for OBGYN residents. That is fucking sweet.
That is. That's
so
awesome.
Great. All right, you can start reading your thing.
Okay.
It just keeps going up, so you're going to have to read now.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder how long she's going to keep going with this, because now I'm starting to get backed up. Okay. So I'm going to move on to my first email of the show, and this one is from Princess Anna 14 on Insta, otherwise known as Instagram. And it literally just jumps straight into it. It was 2 a.m. Maybe. It's pretty good. I like that. It's a good attention getter. Also, hello. You didn't say hello, but I'll say hello to you.
I'm sure in the Instagram they said hello.
Yeah, and then for whatever reason, we just copied over the story. It continues, but I woke up from a dream and felt like something was watching me. My room is a small but big room. I don't know what your room looks like. I'm picturing a small room in the middle of a giant room.
What?
Like a room where you built your own walls, like you live in the closet of a room. I don't know. It's hard to tell. All I know is your room is small but big. My bed was against the wall facing the door. My brother's room was in front of my room on the other side of the hall. I have a bathroom that usually has a light on, but it was off for some reason. But I woke up and I felt like I was still in a dream, like sleep paralysis, but I wasn't. I sat up in my bed and looked around my room. I noticed that a black figure was in my brother's room, which at the time had the lights off.
This episode's all about shadow people.
It sounds like it, yeah. I noticed it was not my brother because he was not home at the time. It was about 6'11", but I could see no eyes. It's huge. Were you like, oh my God, it's terrifying, but it's so tall. You've never seen that meme where it's like the devil shows up and like is being like super scary, like, I'm here to take you to hell. And it's like, girl is like, oh my God, how tall are you? He's like,
what?
I don't know, 6'5", 6'11" with the horns maybe. She's like, oh my God, shut up, you're so funny.
Oh my gosh.
That's what this reminds me of.
I've never, okay.
It's a funny meme. Anyways, but I felt like it was looking straight into my eyes and all of my nerves were on edge and I was so scared I could not move. It felt like hours when I got the courage to turn on the light in my room. God, I'm all over the place. Stop it. Why are you poking me?
I don't know. I don't have a keyboard to
Completely unnecessary. It felt like hours when I got the courage to turn on the light in my room, but I just wouldn't budge. It was like I was stuck and the figure would come closer and closer. When I looked away from the spot it was in. So it's like a weeping angel at this point. But I finally got up and turned on the light as fast as I could. When I turned on the light, the figure was gone. Like nothing was even in the room. I was very shook and didn't feel like I could go back to sleep.
Shook.
So I kept my light on and waited until morning came. I have no idea what happened that night or what it was. I have not told anyone this story because they think that I was imagining it or still dreaming. But I have still been searching on what that thing was. Thank you for reading my story, even though it's not that scary. But I love the podcast and can't wait for more.
Thank you so much.
Just FYI, your story is horrifying. So I don't know about that. Not that scary. It was either a 6'11" intruder in your home or some form of shadow person or demon or ghost. And in any case, that is absolutely horrifying. So, yeah, it was very scary. And thank you for sending that in.
The hard thing about weird, strange things that happen in the middle of the night are people are going to be like, you're probably dreaming, or it was a trick of your imagination or something like that, because that's just the time of day. And even if you did see something, no one will ever believe
it's
it.
It's the easiest way to discount someone when you don't want to like actually confront that they may have had something happen to them. Is like, oh, you were tired. Like, it was late at night. It's like, yes, those things are true. Something also could have happened. It's like, no. Nothing bad has ever happened at night when someone's tired and it's dark out. Period. That's just how it goes. And yeah, I believe you. I think something absolutely happened. I have no idea what it was, and hopefully it was something completely benign, or maybe it was a play of a shadow or something along those lines. But if you felt like you were frozen in fear, yeah, that's a horrible feeling. So yeah, thank you for sending that in. All right, cool. Let's go over in stream chat, see what you guys had to say in that very short stories period of time. Hopefully not a whole lot. However, I did see quite a bit going by.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of talk about pools and water sloshing around people's butts.
Vivian said, hey, y'all. And Anna said, well, hi there. Vivian said, I'm having some trouble with the stream, and I don't know why. I don't know either. Hopefully it starts working. She, of course, then said, never mind. It's working.
Okay. Lady M says, I have two shades, pale or lobster.
Wow.
And the Hamburglar, thank you for joining us. They said, why did you shave your beard?
Because we went to Mexico, and I didn't want only half of my face to get tan. So now my beard can come back in.
They said they'll donate parts of their beard to seed your new beard.
Oh, thanks. Just shave it and mail it to our P.O. box. The address is at scarish.com. You click on contact us.
No, don't send us parts
Please
of your beard.
Please don't send us face pubes.
It would be funny, though, if someone sent like one of those little mustaches or something that you can just tape to your face.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Okay. Emanon says they'll chip in some too.
Anna
the
said,
Hamburglar says we'll pass the collection plate around.
That's so gross. Anna said, my mom is watching, and she asked about Robin's pins. Now she wants a t-shirt. I'm going to have to bulk buy stuff for her. And I know, and it cut off right there. And I now, nope, that's where it cut off. Oh, bummer. I'm just going to leave it at, I'm going to have to bulk buy stuff for her, period.
All right. Yeah. We sell t-shirts like this one. This one also says, well, I wonder if we can turn around. Does it say? Can you read it?
Yes. Everyone can read it, but no one can hear you. It says scary-ish.
It says scary-ish. But yeah, we sell t-shirts on our Teespring. Also, if you're on Twitch, you can go down to the Streamlabs store. There's a little linky. It says like merch or something like that.
Emanon has redeemed and asked a question. Just says #BeardGang. Nice.
But yeah, so if you want shirts, you can go there. The Etsy shop has things like coasters, stickers, has the little window clings and buttons. And the heart enamel pins that I made.
There's a mug too, right? Or is that
not on Etsy?
Oh,
that's Streamlabs or the Teespring store.
Right on.
So you can go to either of those. Yeah, the mugs turn out really good.
Yeah, they really do.
I feel like we've had giveaways. We've had multiple giveaways for mugs during our video game streams, and hope everybody that's received them liked them. But yeah, okay.
Vivian said, I think the scariest thing about shadow people for me would be the idea that the shadows might belong to someone or something. Yeah, because it's like, it might not be a supernatural entity necessarily. You're just seeing an actual person's shadow, which is
that's terrifying.
Still terrifying. Yeah.
Someone posted I don't know if it was like something from Tumblr or Twitter or something, where someone posted this whole story about this woman having seen strange things, and she never believed the things that she saw because either she was super tired or something like that. And one night she saw someone standing when she woke up in the morning after her husband left at like 4 a.m. She saw a guy standing in their hallway, looked into her son's room, looked into her room, turned around and left. And she was like, I don't know if this is real because I have really vivid dreams or something. And so she would take the kids to their mom's house in the morning and stay there. But one day the son was like, remember that time, Mom, when that one guy was standing in our hall?
That's so
and I
fucking
saw that
creepy.
on our Facebook or something, and I was like, what the fuck? That's terrifying. People breaking into houses and just standing there and staring creeps me out.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. It's just a little bit creepy. No big deal.
Okay. I'm What's for Dinner says, my beard is very precious to me, but I'll pitch in some armpit hairs. And Scoobert Doobert says, that's going to be one patchy beard.
My beard comes back pretty quick. In at least a month's time, it'll be exactly where it was before we went down there. So no one worry. You guys get to check every Thursday in on the beard's progress. So
let's see. I was about to read. Oh, Captain Fika asked if there's a clean shaven only month, because November's No Shave November.
Right.
So is there like a
December's Destroy Your Dick December.
Okay. What about No Shave Month? Or I mean a shave month, clean shave.
I don't know. Clean Shave March. There we go. We made it happen.
Okay.
Vivian said, "Oh, Adam, here's something terrifying for you. I walked into my bathroom today and almost walked into an abomination with 8 legs, aka a spider, hanging in midair. When they're hanging in midair, it is absolutely terrifying because usually you don't see them until it's like the last second, or you just walk into them, and it's just horrible and shocking and traumatizing. Your phone is blowing up.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's gone off like 5 times.
I haven't even heard it. My bad, dog.
Anna said, true story. The scariest part is when you see they aren't against a wall or when they come out of lit rooms or move beneath light fixtures without losing their form. That's the scariest. That does sound terrifying. Britt Newt says, kind of glad I'm not the only one who sees shadow people. Anna says, modeling music. I'm confused why there's modeling music right there. Vivian says, the woman saw Strange Things, but I saw the sequel. Ha 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 ha. Stranger Things, the show. Pretty good. I thought the same thing, but I was like, I won't toss that joke out there because no one will like it.
I love Stranger Things.
It's not what I meant.
Oh, all right.
It was the joke that she said. Oh my God, turn your fucking phone off. Vivian says, I'll see myself out now with a laughing face. It's pretty good.
Sorry. My friend's texting me.
More important stuff than, being live on the air right now. To all you guys. No big deal. I'm just going to check my phone too since that's what we're doing.
No, I'm just kidding. I turned it on silent.
Figured it would get her to the point where she would come
all
back
right,
to the show.
So, someone said, I read that as Scary Fish. I don't know what they read as Scary Fish, but we are scary-ish. I'm What's for Dinner says, makes me think of the bonefish in Super Mario World. That fish is fucking sweet. That's probably that, and any of the bone characters in Super Mario are my favorite. Like, is it Dry Bones, the one that you just jump on and you like?
Yeah, Dry Bones is the turtle skeleton. I'm pretty sure.
It's called a Koopa. They're not turtles.
Whatever.
All right. Thank you so much, Glitch, for posting a link to our Teespring store. Yeah, pick up some merch. We have lots of it. I haven't updated any new designs because there hasn't been one that I was like, I need this on a shirt yet. So hopefully maybe in the near future I will, but nothing super, super fancy just yet. Xenoxus says, oh man, I've had a shadow thing mess with me before. It was very much an upsetting situation.
Yeah, that would be upsetting.
Yeah, it is. Glitchgrim says, I'm not shaving. It's the only reason I have a chin. What the F?
That's hilarious.
Mrs. Zilla says, I finished Hill House. Tell us how you feel about that one episode. You know the one in the car, the one in the car where the not Elle, but the two sisters are driving in the car, and Elle does show up. But that is the most terrifying scene out of the whole show, I think. Aw, they said I feel nothing and numb and cry every time I think about it. It's such a good show. If you guys haven't watched Haunting at Hill House on Netflix, please go watch it. It's such a good show to support and make them make more seasons because it's so good. The Lost Jackal says, back in high school when I was going to my bus stop, I walked into a spider web that had a spider with the body the size of a penny. That's gross.
That is super gross.
We used to have these yellow zip spiders. Well, we still do in Hawaii. But they would make spider webs all over our like banisters outside. And they are terrifying. They're huge. They're like that big. I don't know if that's just my child imagination making them bigger than they actually are, but they were fucking huge.
Plus, when you're a kid, everything seems bigger. You know
they
what I mean?
were gross and huge and terrifying, and they got pointy legs, and I hate spiders. Ugh, They're, I hate it.
All right. Yesenia says, never seen shadow people myself, and I hope I never do. The scariest thing I've seen was an apparition of my mom in the middle of the night walking into my room with a knife. Also, my mom is alive and well, so I don't know what I saw that was impersonating my mother. That is friggin' terrifying.
That is terrifying.
I'd be like, Mom, what is your problem?
Mrs. Hill said about that scene with Else, they said, I screamed so fucking loud.
Sorry, I'm reading something else. There's stuff over there in chat.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm going to keep trying to read.
Okay. Glitch Grim says, walking into a spider web makes you fight invisible ninjas.
That's funny.
Scoobert Dubert says, Hill House fucked me up. Hell yeah. That shit's scary. It's just such a good show, though. So well written. All the filming, everything is absolutely perfect. Xenoxis says, that scene actually spooked my husband when it happened. It also scared Adam. He didn't scream the entire show until that scene.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. It was fucking terrifying.
Miss Zilla says, is there a support chat for Hill House survivors?
There is actually. It's on our Discord.
Yeah, it is on our Discord. It is private because we didn't want spoilers going out. So if you let one of the people that are the mods or something in our Discord, they can add you to the Hill House group. Boop. Yep. I'm going to read my thing.
Cool. I'm caught up, so go for it.
Cool. This next one is... Wait, is it your turn to read?
It is your turn.
Oh, okay.
You started, so you get to go now.
Okay. So this one's from Ashley, and its subject is, the house isn't haunted, I am. That's definitely a catcher, like an attention grabber right there. Hey guys. Hello.
Hello.
I'm a listener on Spotify.
Shout out Spotify.
I just expect you to say it all the time. And I really love your show. I'm still nowhere near caught up, but I have a ton of stories to tell and feel free to share them. I have a really bad long-term memory, but your shows manage to trigger old things that I completely forgot even happened.
Recovered memories.
But today, I want to tell you about a recent event. First off, I need to explain my situation a little bit. I've always had the ability to know when something supernatural was around. Now, I don't mean that I see dead people. I mean in the sense that I get this feeling deep in my chest or gut that something just isn't right. I don't know if it's really unique or not, but it is what it is. Everywhere I have lived, everywhere I've gone, if I was alone, I would either feel or see the shadow lurking just outside my vision. This episode is all about shadow people.
We must have had an episode 2 months ago or whatever where it was all about shadow people and everyone sent in their shadow people emails.
I'm not necessarily afraid of it being there, but it does often scare the crap out of me with some of the things it does. I'm very much used to the small things it does, moving things slightly when I'm not looking, knocking items over or making them fall, making minor noises, and occasional whispers.
The other stuff wasn't that bad, but the whispers part is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, how are you okay with whispers? That's just... nope. It's not an everyday occurrence like it used to be when I was a teenager, especially now that I'm rarely alone since I have kids and am married now. Usually that feeling in my gut tips me off that something's going to happen soonish, but a few weeks ago I had no such warning. Like I said, it usually happens when I'm alone, but this time I wasn't technically alone as I was in bed next to my sleeping husband. Our bed is in the corner of the room with a window at the end of the bed and an end table just below the window. I'll include a drawing of what it looks like since I'm bad at describing it. It was the dead of night around 3ish in the morning. Typically, I wake up at least once in the middle of the night, naturally. However, this night I was startled out of sleep by a massive clap of thunder. When my eyes snapped open, I was laying on my side. Once I realized it was just thunder, I rolled over to my back and realized there was a figure at the end of the bed.
Oh, God. Hopefully it's just someone coming in, that lives there and isn't, a shadow person.
I mean, but
something terrifying like that.
If someone were living there and did that, it's like if I walked into your mom's room and stood there and just stared at her in the dark.
It would be, horrifying.
Horrifying. I assumed it was one of the children scared by the storm, and it was about the size of my oldest son. It was very solid with a distinct shoulder outline. See, this goes back to having intruders and stuff like that. It freaks me out.
It's like when the good news is possibly that your house is being intruded upon and not that it's haunted. Like, that's pretty terrifying.
I could very clearly see the head as well as the arms. It looked like a person, and all previous times I had seen the entity, it was just kind of a black mass, so no alarms went off in my mind that it might not be an actual person standing there. Instead of the typical looming over the bed, it was pressed against the wall like it was trying to blend in with the curtains, similar to the way a child hides behind a corner waiting for their friend to run past in order to jump out and scare them. Thinking it was my son, I asked it, "Hey, what are you doing out of bed?" Then,
So there was someone
oh
else
my
in
god,
the house.
oh my god, oh my god.
She's right ahead while I interrupted. Let's see what happens.
Then it moved to face me more head on. It was then I realized that it was taller than I assumed and looked more like my brother. Very confused, I sat up and said my brother's name in confusion. Cade? I reached out to grab his arm, and just before I touched it, the figure recoiled back and faded to nothing. It was then, I have chills. It was then that my brain seemed to fully wake up and realize that the figure was solid black with no actual facial features, and that my brother would not randomly be sitting at the end of my bed in the middle of the night.
I think it's funny that it disappeared when you went to reach out for it. Like, well, I didn't expect that shit. I
Yeah.
was just here to scare someone. She tried to touch me. Ew, humans.
Thoroughly creeped out, I laid back down and tried to calm down my heart rate. What if it's fucking aliens?
I don't think aliens can disappear, though. I don't know. I don't have my stat sheet with me to check and see what aliens are capable of doing.
I laid back down and tried to calm down my heart rate. A few moments later, my younger son started calling "Mommy, Mommy" from his room. I went into his room to see what was wrong. He's very young, not even old enough to be in school yet, but can talk very well. He just said he was scared of the storm, something he's never been scared of before and is still not afraid of. He absolutely refused to go back to sleep without a light or the TV on for noise. This is exactly what I used to do as a child when I could feel something around me and didn't want to see or hear it. I did some looking into it before this incident because I have had many other experiences, and it turns out my family has a pattern where the firstborn will have similar things happen to them. That's terrifying.
But only the firstborn.
It happened to my grandmother, my mother, and then me. I said that I have an older son, but he's not biologically mine. My younger son is actually my firstborn child. This isn't the first time we've had linked experiences, and I worry that he will be haunted too. Oh my god, I have chills, dude. That's so scary. I have a ton more experience to tell, and I will send them in if you like this one. Thanks for listening, and please don't think I'm crazy, Ash. Totally send us in your other ones.
We do not think you're crazy.
We do not think you're crazy. That is super duper scary.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, because I don't have kids, when I hear scary stories and stuff that happens to people, I'm always looking at it from my own perspective. But I know how dramatically everything changes when you have a child, you know?
Yeah.
So when something happens to you, it's scary. It's scary in the way that it's scary to me. But then the idea that there's another level of like fear that I can't relate to, where all of a sudden, once the horrifying thing vanishes, I hear my kid screaming. Like, that is a level of fear that I do not yet know, and I don't know how I would handle it. And I feel so bad if your kid is going to start having the same experience as you. But at the very least, your kid has someone there to make them feel like they're not crazy. Because there are a lot of people who would just try and deny that they've ever had something like that happen. Then tell someone else, like, you're not actually seeing anything, and make them feel isolated and alone.
Yeah.
And I feel like when a person gets backed into that spot, it creates like a lot of negative energy that stuff like that can feed on. So, it's good that you are who you are, so you can help, like guide your kid through this. So, doesn't make seeing shadow people any better.
Nope.
Lots of shadow people this episode.
Yeah. Every single
crazy.
story so far.
Yeah.
And we're on story number 3. So, all right. Let's hop on over to the stream chat.
Cool. We'll look over into the stream and see what you folks had to say. Okay, so there was something going over here on YouTube. I'm just going to address it. So there wasn't anything like vicious said or anything like that. It was just a little bit odd and a little bit rude. So it did get timed out. The person got timed out. That doesn't mean you're banned. That doesn't mean we're kicking you out or anything like that. But we're a pretty supportive group, and everyone here is just here to have fun and watch the show. We're talking about some paranormal stuff. If there's stuff that you want to like kind of bring up so that we can like bullshit about it in between episodes, we totally do that shit too. So that is not a big deal. So I just wanted to go ahead and let you know it wasn't anything vicious. It was just definitely something that was a little bit awkward, and we just wanted to go ahead and get that cleaned up. So there wasn't anything that escalated over there. So that said, let's look and see what the rest of you folks had to say.
Lady M asked what our timeline is for stories and how like our backlog is looking.
About 2 months. We're running at about 2 months. It's weird because here's how it goes. Sometimes you have 10, 12, 14, 15 episodes come in like a 3-day period. and then we'll have a week where we don't get anything, you know? So we'll say we're about 2 months behind, and we'll be going through like end of November, or like I should say end of October, beginning of November, something that's about 2.5 months, and then like we'll do one show, and all of a sudden now we're middle of November, you know?
Yeah.
And then we'll do another show, and then all of a sudden we're end of November. So in 2 weeks we've caught up a month, and then we'll hit December, and this is just a for instance, and we'll hit like a 30 pile all of a sudden where we're going to be stuck on first week of December for like 6 shows.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden the backlog is 3 months. So it just varies. We'll let you know. We're running usually around like 50 to 60 emails behind at any given point in time. We do try and cover all of them. If there's stuff that's too short, we try and save them to compile them into an episode where we do like 6 or 8.
They get put into the flash stories folder where it's just, there are only a few lines. There's not enough for a big chunk of an episode, so they'll probably get put into a compilation later on.
Right. Precisely.
There's a lot of talk over here about Florida and mosquitoes. We've never been, so we're not sure. I understand that it's very humid. But yeah, I don't know about the mosquito situation. Everyone's saying that they're absolutely horrible. And that Scooper Dubert says, Florida mosquitoes are going to be the only things to walk the earth after we're all gone. Captain Fake Eye, don't let the mosquitoes eat you.
It's hilarious.
It sounds like they're getting eaten all up by them.
I do not miss living in a place that has mosquitoes. It's like that's the nicest thing about living in a desert is not having those blood-sucking bastards anywhere near me. It looks like Anna's mom is following us on YouTube now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
we
much.
Appreciate that. That's very sweet of you.
Captain Fake Eye says, I found out that people that are O positive blood type attract mosquitoes more.
Interesting.
That's really interesting. I had no idea.
I have no idea what my blood type is.
I think I'm like AB or some random. And my dad is O, and my mom is something.
Every time I get
so
my
I
blood
have no
taken,
clue.
they tell me they're going to send me a card that'll tell me what my blood type is, and they literally never do.
I feel like I got a letter once, and then I threw the letter away.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I have no idea.
I got a lot of YouTube stuff here, so I'm just going to keep going through.
Go.
Anna said, just blow your way to casting the live stream on the family TV. That's what worked for me. That's hilarious. Thank you so much for bullying your family and making us be on the TV.
Thanks.
We apologize to the family who sincerely wishes you could watch something else.
Yep.
Vivian said, my mom gets scared easily, but she likes some of your true crime and lighter topics. That's good to know.
Nice.
Same with my mom. I don't actually think she gets scared too easily, but
I love true crime. I absolutely love true crime, and I'm not weird and enjoy murder or anything. It's just like the mentality behind people's actions is so interesting.
Fascinating.
It's fascinating, and trying to understand why people do the things they do. It's just a mind-boggling topic. So yeah.
Fair enough. Vivian says she was blown away in reference to her mom. She was blown away at this year's Christmas miracles, but she didn't want to listen to the murders. Sorry, Robin. That's hilarious.
The theme was like miracles and murder.
Emma said,
yeah.
I did get my dad to listen to the pod once. He thought y'all were funny, but spooky things aren't his thing. Anna said, my mom is the one who had the first paranormal encounter in our house, so she's used to all things spooky. Nice. I think our show might be right up your alley. Shannon says, hey, spooky friends, so glad I managed to catch another live stream. I just joined the Facebook group too. I'll have to share a pic of my 20-pound black omen kitty, Sagan. That is adorable.
A big kitty.
That's a big kitty. Emma said, oh my god, yes, cats, with a bunch of S's at the end.
Laura
of it.
Ann says that story was awesome.
It was.
And that Glitch says Ash is the best name. I like that nickname for Ashley's. Ash.
I just like the name because of Bruce Campbell and Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness is still my favorite.
Yeah.
Which is because I was a kid when I saw them, and like it's the least terrifying out of them. But like, it's just so good.
I keep trying to watch Ash vs. the Evil Dead, and it's really hard to get past the beginning, because I watched the first 3 episodes probably like 5 times.
Wow. I've never seen it, so.
There's only 2 or 3 seasons, I think, so it's not too long, but.
Shannon says her cat is very photogenic, and we will love him. Anna said, please roll that beautiful bean footage that is your omen kitty. That's hilarious. Emma says, I love all cats, but black cats have a special place in my heart. Same.
Yeah, we love our black cat. She's so cute. She is a very big cry kitty. We got home last night, and this morning when I went to the restroom, the door was closed, like it should be. and she would not stop crying.
She was crying endlessly in front of that door for her to let her in so she could pet her. So she could force pets to be given to her while she was on the toilet.
Yeah. I was just like, are you kidding me right now?
Anna says, I live vicariously through you guys with your omen babies as I have no pets.
Aww. I do post pictures of our pets every once in a while. Not too often because our corgi does not like getting her picture taken. But like,
she just knows when that app is open and she takes off.
I was sorting through the acrylic charms last night because we just got back from vacation. They arrived while I was gone. So I was sorting through them last night and counting them, you know, doing the typical check your work merchandise type thing. And I was going through them, and as I was checking them out, our Sheba comes up and she just starts sniffing them,
so
and I was
cute.
just like, I have to take a picture
She
of this.
wanted
She's
us
so
to pet
cute.
her so bad. When we first got our Sheba, she didn't really care about getting pets. She was very much independent, and now she is so like addicted to us showing her that we love her. She's like,
it's
when
the
I say
power of love.
It is the power of love. When I say it's bedtime, she like runs to the bed, stands up on the bed, is like, put me up there. And as soon as I put her up there, she like walks up to me. She's like, okay, now pet me for around 20 minutes, please. It's adorable.
Eminon says, you guys need to slow down. You're really flying through this episode.
Well, 2 of the stories are pretty short.
Yeah, 2 of the stories are pretty short.
Not our fault.
I don't know how long your next story
My
is.
next one's pretty long.
Okay. Mrs. Zilla says, I 20 out of 20 recommend Cutter's natural bug spray for mosquitoes.
Cutter's is the shit.
Spray it, rub it in, and you're good.
That's kind of cool.
True. I used to have really big problems with bug bites when I was younger, but I think it's because I ate bananas obsessively. Like, my mom would buy a bunch of bananas, bring it home, and I would sit there and I would...
tasted like bananas?
I guess so. Or maybe it was the potassium. I don't know. But I used to get the fuck eaten out of me by bugs.
That sounded really
okay,
weird.
no! You shut up.
When you finished it by bugs, it made sense. Emma says, I have omen babies, but I've never posted. Maybe I'll send mine too. Please do. We always like to see omen babies. Vivian says, things that are happening when they shouldn't be are there when they shouldn't be, or aren't when they should. Things you hear but don't like and feel but don't want to are terrifying. Agreed.
Yeah.
That was a lot of stuff.
It was a lot of stuff. Things that shouldn't happen, that happen, and just things out of the ordinary creep me out.
Izzy says, hi. Vivian said, sorry if it caused any drama. You really didn't. It was just really weird. Like, someone popped in and was like asking about Robin's ethnicity and then was asking us to talk about a video game. And it was like, do it now. So, yeah, it was a bit aggressive. So that's not on you, Vivian. Don't worry one bit. What else do we got here? Etsley says, oof, I couldn't even listen to only audio on Twitch. Damn you, CenturyLink Internet. CenturyLink is the fucking worst.
Yeah. Oh, no, we had Suddenlink before.
Suddenlink is, I'm pretty sure, Arizona.
Yeah.
And they're pretty bad too. But CenturyLink, I'd lose my internet. I used to work online only, and I used to lose my internet for days at a time. And I'd be like, you're affecting my paycheck, dude. Like, I can't do my job. And they'd be like, no, switch to Cox. What do you want us to tell you? They'd be so shitty about literally every call until I'm finally like, okay, I cancel it. And they're like, well, actually, there's a cancellation fee of like $100. I was like, I would literally pay $100 to never have to talk to you again. It was the worst service. Yeah, because I'm with Cox now, and I don't like them very much. But they're way better than CenturyLink.
Aries says, I'm sorry, Adam. Does Vegas not get mosquitoes? We don't really, because in
It's
Arizona,
There's
well,
like
they
no
live in Arizona
water.
and they get eaten alive.
There's like no standing water here. Like maybe by the lake there would be mosquitoes, but
Yeah.
without standing water, like they just don't show
Arizona
up.
has the river, right?
I mean, yeah,
Colorado River. Maybe that's why. But you used to live in Bullhead, right by the river.
Yeah.
Was it like?
I don't know. I was usually
buggy?
never outside when I was in Bullhead. I was either
that's true.
in my store for 12 hours a day or driving back to Vegas.
I'm What's for Dinner says, I keep trying to get my coworkers to listen, but the lazy jerks keep forgetting.
That's funny.
Glitch says, Army of Darkness is the best movie ever made, just saying, then Ghostbusters.
It's so freaking good. Izzy says, this is my second live stream that I've caught on time. Shout out to you, Izzy. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
Mrs. Zilla said, I have 2 black cats, and they are the best. My cat just mommed me to come pick them up.
Aww.
Cats are so cute.
Yesenia says, my blood type is red. I'm going to go ahead and say that's my blood type, too, because I don't actually know what it is.
Laura Ann says, a 20-pound cat is over twice the weight of my dog. That's the weight of our Shiba. So imagine a cat.
The size
of Numeria. Oh, my God.
That's funny.
Thank you so much to Dre for joining us. Good luck at work tomorrow, since it's going to be stupid early morning. 3:30. not good time to wake up.
Gross.
She's gross. Emanon says, I think we just need to start interrupting them to stretch this baby out.
Feel free. All right. We got some folks that are welcoming people that haven't attended a whole lot of episodes, so thank you for welcoming everyone.
Thank you. Candy Coated Glitter, hello.
That's a really
I
good
love
name.
that name. It's like Ashley Meow Meow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it, but it's just a good name. Izzy says, this reminds me that I need to post my new Omen nephew in the Facebook group. Absolutely, you do.
Mrs. Ill says, you guys should come to Florida. I definitely want to visit Florida. There was a anime convention that is going to be happening in Florida that I was like, oh, I wish I could plan a trip to Florida, sell at this anime convention, and then go to Disney World. But it's probably never going to happen.
Izzy says, I also work with a bunch of Omen babies. LOL. I listen to you guys while picking up dog crap and mopping up pee off the floor at work. I hope that makes it easier. So thank you for doing that, because someone has to do it. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
I'm What's for Dinner says, they should come visit Ohio too. Stay until Robin stops confusing it with Idaho.
That's fucking funny.
Utah. I don't ever confuse it with Idaho, though.
It's always Utah.
It's always Utah. And it's just because our friends, like, split time between Ohio and here. But then one of them moved to Utah. And so it's like, are you from Utah?
Well, our friends are from Ohio originally, and then some of them lived in Utah. So,
yeah.
And the states have 4 letters, and that's enough for Robin to transpose it.
Yeah, and it's just my brain.
Completely.
I don't know why.
Vivian says, my garage has this mechanic for pets where if it's closing and our cats run under it, the garage starts. Sorry, I tried to say it stupid. The garage starts to open back up so they don't get chopped in half, but my demon-possessed cats run under. Just because they hate us. That's funny. Yeah, I think they all have that sensor at the bottom of it so that you don't have something get crushed. I'm What's for Dinner says, Robin, where is Ohio?
Upper Midwest.
I guess that works.
We took an Amtrak from Ohio to Chicago, so.
It's true.
And the Amtrak only took 2 hours or something.
And we got off right around Chicago. We didn't go all the way into it, but.
So, I mean, been there.
Izzy says, I even say hello out loud when they start. Bahaha. I'm glad that you say hello to us when we start the episodes. Shout out to Lady Emo 918.
Thank you. Did you say Lady Emo?
Yeah.
Isn't it Lady M?
Up there on the thing, it looks like Emo.
Oh,
but down
okay.
here, it is Lady M0918. Thank you so much for donating 200 bits.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you kill the stream boss, kill is a weird word, but right now Connor had 18,600 points. Is down to, looks like 5,600. Whoever finishes off Connor's hit point total becomes the new stream boss, and your hit points will be reflective of how much overkill you have for him. Also, shout out to Mezon Saida, who just subscribed over on YouTube.
Thank you.
We appreciate your subscription. Hope I said your name. I probably didn't. I'm sorry. I suck.
Sorry.
Anna said, my mom even started giggling at, quote, being eaten, Robin. You are unlike company, Adam. It was just a really weird worded thing.
Dang it. The Hamburglar says, sorry it was raining, had to go outside, run, dance. That is awesome. I've done that once, got sick afterwards.
Wow, that's funny.
I was like, I want that thing from the Notebook. But I was also 18.
And stupid.
Etsy
says, Vegas doesn't really have mosquitoes because the heat is enough to kill any living thing that steps outside. LMAO. It's pretty hot in Arizona, too. And in fact, I'm pretty sure it's hotter.
Mrs. Ill says, in the summer I bathe in sunscreen. Captain Fake Eye said, I sun myself for 30 minutes a day. If I sun myself for 30 minutes a day, I think I can get a decent tan going. 30 minutes is a good amount of time because then you start to burn.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And like between 10 and 2, it's like 10, 15 minutes at most.
Aw, Candy Coated Glitter says, OMG, they know I exist.
We do. Of course we do.
Hello.
Thank you for watching.
Most of the time, if you comment or chat in the chats, we start to get to know your usernames and things like that, and we get to know you guys more, and then you start joining our Discords or our Facebook groups, and in the Facebook group then we start getting to know what people's actual names are, and it's really cool to get to know everybody that's in our community because we do like to have a very supportive and most especially inclusive community, and we don't tolerate no bullshit.
It's really funny too because people will be like, how do you make friends as an adult? And as an adult, I can tell them, like, I've lived in Vegas for 10 years. I've made maybe a handful of friends, but through the podcast, like, when I tell people like, did you make any new friends like anytime recently? I'm like, oh yeah, I've made a bunch of new friends. And then I realize like, oh, I only know their usernames. It's like some of them I know like their real names, you know, but like some people I legitimately just know their usernames, but it's usually all through the fact that they are active members of the community. Like we played a D&D game with Glitch and Ulri.
Yeah.
And they had,
and that was really cool.
We had the Snarked DM it, which was super fun.
Super fun. Super good DM. Nice story. Super great choice. Let's see.
Vivian says, I'm allergic to mosquitoes, and you might be thinking, isn't everyone though? No, because instead of tiny little bumps, I get welts the size and color of a cherry tomato.
Oof,
and it
yikes.
said it's like you're extra allergic, right? That sounds horrible.
Laura Ann says Disney World heart. Ashley Meow Meow says meow meow.
That's awesome.
That's so cute. Mrs. Ill says 10 minutes and you're extra crispy out there.
Shannon says I do too. On certain areas, they will swell up like an egg.
Eesh.
Oh my god.
Glitch Grim says quispy. That's just the best word.
Leslie says, oof, ouch. Thank goodness I don't deal with that mess. Izzy says, I absolutely hate mosquitoes. Maya says, Robin, I love your shirt.
Aw, thank you. Go to our Teespring store. They're on there, available for purchase if you guys want any.
Mazan says, haha, it's all good. I get that a lot with my name. Let me know how to say it right, and I will attempt to say it correctly. Just spell it out phonetically.
The Hamburglar says it's Mizan because, yay, that's their girlfriend.
Aw, Mizan. Gotcha. Vivian says, my phone's about to die. Bye. Love you. Thank you for joining us, Vivian. We appreciate you.
Mrs. L says, I literally have to reapply sunscreen every 30 minutes if I'm at the beach in July. That is horrible.
Shannon says, if you guys ever come north of the border, you should totally visit Toronto. Canadian spooky friends meet up anyone.
I really want to go to Toronto.
I'd absolutely love to do that.
I've been to Vancouver. We were this close to going to Victoria, but my mom was like, no, we got to drive back. And I was like, fine, whatever. But
I used to go to Red Lake, Ontario once a year for 8 straight years for a fishing trip, and it was so much fun, and I missed doing it. And I got to see a bunch of people on this Mexico trip that used to go do the Canada trip, and we were just talking about like how much we missed.
But I'm not allowed, so
going to Canada and going fishing. You are allowed. I know Nick said you weren't allowed, but you're allowed. It used to be a dudes only fishing trip, but we were like 16 through 24, and now we're all grown ups and we have significant others, and of course they'd be allowed to come. Why not? They just can't come on the boat. Hashtag dudes only. Hashtag this boat fucks.
Get out of here. I hate you. That's what I said about the big pirate ship that came into the cove one day.
Boat fucks.
I was like, that ship fucks. Oh, okay. So, lots to talk about sun. Sorry, I'm trying.
Shannon says, I'm sorry, Robin. We all have basements.
Oh my goodness. I'm What's for Dinner says, fell asleep while sunbathing once. I woke up so crispy.
That's funny.
Mrs. Ill says, I'm from Connecticut and miss gray days. I miss days where it's just overcast for days on end. I know that's really weird because some people do get into a state of depression from having no sunlight and things like that, but I thoroughly enjoy just not having to deal with the sun.
I just saw the most recent message that came in from Candy Coated Glitter. It's on your chat. I won't read it because of that. Toronto is fantastic. So much amazing food, says Shannon. There's a couple of stuff I skipped over, but we do need to get to our final email of the show. But I'll let you go ahead and finish out.
Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to remember where I left off. Eminon asks if you've ever driven across the Mackinac Bridge up in the UP. Don't know what that is.
Upper Peninsula of Michigan. No, I have not.
Candy Coated Glitter says, I always post in the Facebook group. Adam always gives me a laughing emoji. Robin only mostly gives me a like. I get so excited when Robin laughs.
So my laughs mean shit to you? I am very, very active in the Facebook group.
I try to check it every single day. I try to scroll through everybody's posts. Sometimes I obviously don't get to everybody's posts, but I really try.
I'm on at the most of any social media. It's my heaviest social media presence.
Instagram is
Spooky Friends Group.
I am almost always on Instagram because I try to post every single day on my art account. My personal account has fallen to the wayside because I just haven't posted anything since Christmas.
I scrolled back like 5 pictures on my personal Instagram, and it was our Japan trip.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like this is May
Lanta.
of 2019 or 2018. Holy shit, it's almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Take me
yeah,
back.
I try and just stick to scary stuff at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm always on Instagram, though. I try my best. I always try to post stories to our Scary-ish and stuff like that. All right. Captain Fake Eye says the getting depressed and stuff when it's overcast
Seasonal
is
affect disorder.
yeah, seasonal affective disorder, and I totally feel like I get it in the deep of winter here in Rhode Island.
I don't know. I mean, I used to be affected a lot more by it before. I think I struggle sometimes when I'm still, when I sit still.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much stuff I need to do and I need to get moving. And like I felt like that today. Like I took today off so I could recover from our vacation because I knew I was going to be jet lagged and the sun was going to kick my ass and I was probably going to be hungover. And I was like, I don't want to go to work like that, especially since if our flight got delayed at all, it was very, very possible I could get off the plane, like take a quick nap and then have to go to work. And the whole day, I was just a ball of anxiety. Like, I have so much shit I need to do. And I was like, no, I don't. Like, I took the day specifically, so I only had to do the stuff that, like, is just for the show. And that was it. So it was just, like, a constant battle mentally of me telling myself, like, just relax. Go sit on the couch. Go lay down. It should have been, like, go to the gym. And I'm like, no, today's for relaxing, brah. So.
Oh, my God. Emanon says, sometimes that's better. And Candy Coated Glitter says, sorry, Adam, just get excited when you acknowledge.
That's funny.
All right. Oh, and I'm What's for Dinner says, if you wear glasses, don't forget to take them off before you sunbathe. I did that once and looked like I was fathered by a raccoon. I have tan lines from my sunglasses, and I feel stupid. But, whatever. No one said anything. No one said anything to me at work, so I'm just going to leave it.
All right. Is it time?
Yeah, go. Read your thing.
Okay.
You go, Gur.
Gotta mark it. Nope, that didn't work. Shit. Fuck. We're all over the place. Everyone hang on. There we go.
I have a $5 coupon for Kuda. Let's go.
Okay. I have no idea what you said.
I have a $5 coupon to Kuda, the sushi restaurant.
Gotcha. No one cares but me.
I want to go.
All right. I'm actually going to read this email now. So I'm going to move into my last and the last email of the show. The subject is website submission. Sorry, I had to cough. I had a glass of water that you stole from me when you were eating, and it never made its way up here, and I'm very annoyed.
I made myself tea. Do you want some?
No. Yes.
It's got
is
cream
it tea?
in it.
No, it's white. It's like pure white. It looks like milk. I don't want that. This is me being pouty. All right, we're going to take 2 on this shit. Here we go. Marking it. So I'm gonna, fucking. I hope that tea is scalding hot because I'm about to throw it in your face. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and move into my and the final email of the show. This one was submitted on the website, and the subject is Update Sleep Paralysis Spooktacular.
Nice.
It's a pretty good subject.
It's a solid title.
And it starts out like this. Hey, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for putting me first. Most people put her first, which I am mostly okay with. My name is Addie, and I'm 25 years old from Norwich in the UK. I probably said that wrong, and you're probably rolling your eyes right now. You might remember me as the guy that never shuts up on the Spooky Friends Facebook group or as Citizen Spooks on the Discord server. I'm a longtime follower thanks to Spotify, and I love the podcast. Shout out to Spotify.
Well, thank you for being such an active member of our community.
Indeed. It means that I definitely know who you are. I'm not recognizing the name because I don't see the name right now because I am always on the Spooky Friends group on Facebook. Anyways, I share the sentiment of many in that it feels like listening to 2 of your friends talking about spooky stuff, and it's awesome.
Nice.
You might also recall that I reached out to you guys late last year with a spooky experience surrounding sleep paralysis and the incredible harrowing tale of the Peggy doll. A brief synopsis of this little terror.
Scared the fuck out of me.
The Hamburglar has redeemed and asked a question. Says, hey, am I interrupting? Just trying to prolong the love and the episode.
Thank you so much.
You're never interrupting. Thank you for sharing. All right. Can I get back to it? The Peggy the doll thing. Quick recap, a brief synopsis. Peggy the doll is a doll that is possessed by 2 spirits, one rather complacent and the other not so much. The legend goes that any experience of this doll from visiting her in the museum, I think it's in Zach Bagel Bites museum, or even acknowledging her existence can lead her to, quote, attach to you and cause spooky things happening in your life. I do remember this. It's like if you're rude to the doll, then creepy stuff can happen. Yeah. These can be one-off incidents or become prolonged. As you'll find out reading this, my experience was the latter. Another podcast I listened to covered the subject, and I, being a curious person, decided to research her. Bad idea. I saw a photo of her, and cheesy as it may be, got total chills every moment I spent looking it up. I can totally confirm that shit happens. Sometimes you're doing research, or we're doing research on the show, and I get creeped out. Like, I go turn on the hallway light because I'm like, I just feel really, really creeped out. Not like a Bagul situation where I saw something in a picture
and
it's going to murder me within like 7 days or whatever that happens in that stupid movie. But like, it gets creepy sometimes looking up creepy stuff.
It does get really creepy. I know I sit here and my back is to the open door. And then there's another open door right behind that. And so I just see this dark, hall or whatever. And it freaks me out. And I will have to turn on the hallway light for sure. Or close the office door.
So it happens. I understand getting creeped out. So let's get back into the story. It says, fast forward to bedtime that night. I wish I could fast forward to bedtime every night. I was awoken in my first ever episode of sleep paralysis at what a look at the clock after the fact revealed to be 3 a.m. and was unable to move. This repeated every month for probably around a year on exactly the same day, the 25th, at exactly the same time, 3 a.m. The happenings were always very similar. That's creepy as shit that it's like clockwork. The happenings were always very similar. I would be laid on my back, head slightly propped up, as to see the end of my bed. I couldn't move, obviously. There would be a light breathing in my right ear,
nope.
Not heavy or angry, almost like it knew what it was doing there.
Shut the front door.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the tilting your head up thing, and you know what I mean? Like, you have a pillow that's holding your head up.
That's usually when I have sleep paralysis, is when my head's tilted.
That might be why. I don't know. Maybe it's something with how you're breathing or something like that. I don't know. I always sleep. A lot of the time, my pillow goes missing. It like floats up, or I float down, and end up in the morning.
She sleeps in ridiculous positions.
In the morning, I'm usually not even sleeping on a pillow. So
she's usually sleeping on her arms, and she shoved her pillows like into my area along with her elbows and knees. It's just a bloodbath. All right, so we're gonna get back to your experience. You have this you have this breathing in your right ear. Now for the creepy part. Buckle in.
That's not creepy?
Apparently not. Buckle in, buckaroos. Each time, without fail, on my bedroom dresser, which was parallel to the bottom of my bed, an old Victorian-looking china doll would be sat there looking directly at me.
Dolls are just terrifying.
Yeah.
I say that as I look down at the dolls on our desk.
And we have a bunch of dolls over there, too.
Oh, man.
So it's
those don't count, though. Those are like plushies.
Okay. So a Victoria-looking china doll was sitting there looking directly at him. It was wearing a long, frilly, in parentheses, what I presume to be white on account of the lighting, dress. Whilst it didn't do anything, it gave off a very menacing vibe. Now, it didn't exactly look like Peggy, but who knows? This would persist for a few minutes before a disembodied tapping noise would count to 6. Again, this happened every time, and I gained enough energy and free will to convulse my body and break the sleep paralysis.
Nice.
Apparently, movement is ultimately what stops these occurrences, which is a helpful hint for anyone that might experience it.
That's why when you just move a finger or move a toe or something
you just
minute.
concentrate to try and get the stuff around it. Like, I usually do like a finger, and then it starts moving another finger, and then I get my hand, and once I get my hand, I'm like, I'm going to throw this limb as hard as I can.
But then
in one
you
direction.
end up like tugging your whole body, right? Because it's like a big jerking motion.
I've fallen off the bed trying to break out of sleep paralysis before. So, okay. What else do we got here? Need to find my spot. I can do it like Robin.
Mine are not that annoying.
You don't listen to yourself.
Fuck you.
You should edit this podcast. All right. As if by happenstance, 2019 has also been an awful year for me. I have grown apart from many of my closest friends due to compromising circumstances. I have lost my job, and just generally people have been jerks this year. Maybe it's some kind of bad luck the doll brings along with her, or just coincidence. Either way, I should have another job sorted come January 2020, which is when we're reading this, and I sincerely hope you do.
Yeah.
So that's something positive. I am happy to report that as of October this year, it didn't happen on the night of the 25th, and 2 months without incident leads me to believe that she might be done toying with me. As a matter of due diligence, however, I have mentioned her a lot in this email and would just like to say, Peggy, I respect you, and as much as I, quote, enjoyed our little dates, please leave me alone and never come back.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, due to time zones, it's unlikely I will be able to catch the homegrown horror live stream. Maybe one day, but thanks for reading, and I'm really curious about what you guys think. Keep on creeping on, and don't get cursed by demon dolls. Addie. P.S. if you ever do a live tour, don't forget about your friends in the UK. We won't, because I
No,
really
because
want
I
to
really
go.
want to go to the UK. I really, really, really want to go to the UK so bad. I was looking up tickets to London today. I was actually looking at cruises in Europe, but they all leave out of like Spain, different parts in Spain, or from Hamburg, Germany, or something like that. And I was like, I just want to go to London, maybe check out Scotland and Ireland. But
Definitely Scotland, because we have to stay at
or
that
we
haunted
should just
hotel.
do like a whole month off. No, I wish.
If this was our job,
If this was
I
our
would
job,
100%
I would take a whole month off. And
I would
just
do several
backpack or
months where we're just
something.
traveling. No, I couldn't be away from my dogs.
No, I couldn't be away from my
I would
dog,
do
but
like a month on, a month off, a month
we'd have
on,
to
a
take
month
him
off.
with us. No, no, it'd be really fun to travel, but obviously,
Just saying, January Patreon push. You want to make that shit happen?
Yep.
Go to patreon.com right now and help us get a monthly payment that can pay our mother fudging bills. All right, let's get into this email. They said they wanted to hear what we had to say. I think it's unlikely that you were cursed via image just from doing a little bit of research. I don't know if her
I don't
reach
think so.
is that
But
far, or
I
her
did-
she's that
I
powerful
did
type of thing.
do an episode about that cursed painting. That anytime
Right.
anybody looked at it, it was just like they had this horrible, horrible feeling. I didn't necessarily get that from the painting, but I only looked at a picture on the internet, so maybe that's not the case. But yeah, no, I mean, I've done topics like that where weird things have happened from these paintings. Maybe this isn't the particular case for you. It might be how you're sleeping for sure, because having your head lifted up like that maybe constricts some type of airway or something.
Maybe you're
in
like
your
shifting in your sleep to get to that position.
or something in your spine.
I think
or
just
something.
in general, the fear of the thing is probably feeding in on itself.
Subconsciously,
it's like that vicious loop.
yeah.
And it might just be a little bit of the fact that it's a really, really creepy thing. And the more it happens, the more afraid you get of it.
Or it's
and
like
the more you're like thinking it's going to happen, which eventually leads to it happening.
Or it's like that Maggie Q movie where you learn about the thing and then it just knows you and it's going to go after you until it murders you. JK, LOL. But that's what the movie is about.
What is it called?
I forget.
It's like sleep paralysis.
It's called sleep paralysis or something like it. But Maggie Q, I'm sure if you look up her IMDb, you can find something on it, because it was a good movie. I just wish I could remember what it was
wasn't
called.
bad. As far as cheesy horror flicks go,
Yeah.
it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm not saying that I discount your experience whatsoever. I just don't, I wouldn't put you in the category of cursed. I would put you in the category of scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hope I'm right about that, because I could be 100% wrong, and that sucks. So follow up with us on any of our social medias and let us know if it's gone away. And if you got that job, I'm sincerely interested to know whether or not things turned around in 2020, because it is a brand new decade, and it's always nice to get started off on the right foot.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's look over into stream chat. So here's what's going to happen. That was the last one of the show, which means we're going to move into Marbles on Stream to end the stream. So for anyone in YouTube that would like to participate, switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast right meow. In the meantime, I'm going to read the stuff that was said in YouTube while I'm going to read that shit while you're switching over. And then Robin will read all the Twitch stuff while I get Marbles set up. All right, I'm scrolling up right now to see where we left off.
All right. La, 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 la. I'm trying to. Mrs. Illa was trying to get people to interrupt that story. Sorry. Candy Coated Glitter says, does anyone else say shout out to Spotify when Adam does? A whole bunch of people do.
Good.
Apparently. That's why I pointed at you and I was like, you gotta say shout out to Spotify.
I was dealing with the moderating thing.
Okay.
Okay. And now I'm going to read my YouTube stuff because I finally got to my spot. Okay. So Shannon said, I'm sorry, Robin. We all have basements. Emma says, oh my God, I made dinner with my friend tonight. And he told me about this sublet that he's getting next semester. And it has an unfinished basement. It's probably filled with demons. People were like, danger. Someone's like, no. Izzy says, not the basement. Robin's on her phone again.
Sorry.
Emma says, yeah, safe to say that when we hang out, it's not going to be, or when we hang out, it's going to be at my apartment. It's probably a smart move. Shannon says, the basements with dirt floors are terrifying alternate dimension portal crawl spaces.
Well, when it
worst.
has a dirt floor, you just assume there's a body buried under there.
Yeah, why else would you not
Why
get
wouldn't
the floor?
you cement it over or put tile or something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cindy says, speaking of basements, I'm going to be living in my parents' basement for a few months. Swear it's haunted. That sucks. Go Facebook Live if anything happens.
Oh my God.
Emma says, I'm from California, a land of no basement, so I understand Robin's reaction.
I didn't grow up with basements. I never grew up with basements.
I'm shocked when you were in Texas there weren't basements.
We didn't have any basements. We really didn't. We didn't have a basement in Texas. In Hawaii, the house that we lived in, I think if my parents wanted to turn something under the house into a basement, they could have, but really it was just a space under the house, which was kind of creepy because it was like a cement block. And if you moved, it was like a big, huge, like cement slab. And if you moved the cement slab, it was just a big hole in the ground and you could go under that. It was creepy.
That is way creepier than a basement, just saying.
But, I don't know. I just never really had a basement where we would go into it and you'd store stuff in there. You'd have the furnace in there.
Your dead bodies, your victims.
Yeah.
Izzy says, my dad told me that the old house we lived in, he saw a lady walk from a room into the bathroom while he was fixing the basement.
Fuck that.
Seriously. Emma said to Yesenia, dang, good luck, dude. Anna says, Shannon, you'd hate my basement. As a child, I chiseled through the concrete floor, which was very thin, and the one light hasn't been working for almost a year. That is terrifying. Izzy says to Yesenia, best of luck to you. Make sure to sage the hell out of the basement, LOL, and salt circles. Shannon says, that's terrifying.
Oh my God.
I freak out at Robin freaking out. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom 18 just followed us over there on Twitch. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Chicka
so
Chicka Boom
much.
Boom. Thank you for terrifying Robin.
It's the ghost sound.
I mean, it's very apropos for our podcast. I think you should have to experience what our listeners experience. Now that we have this monitor set up with the capability of playing sound, I think it's just perfect. Shannon says, I never really experienced anything haunted, but I do have a good story or two about Chilean brujas, which sounds pretty awesome because that's the Chilean
Send
witch.
it to us.
There's a lot of YouTube shit here, so I'm just going to power through it here, guys, so we can get to that sweet, sweet marbles on stream. So Chilean brujas is where I was at. I've lost my place just like Robin does.
My hair is a mess today, dude. Oh my God. It's all like frizzy. I was brushing it and it was like starting to float up. It was weird. So much static.
All right, I found it. And it says, I have so many stories and I'm sorry for not sending them all yet, that it would seem like I'm lying, but I swear it's true. We believe you and send them on your own time. People are saying that they want those stories. Izzy says, damn the brujas. Shannon's going to send in her stories about the brujas. A bruja saved my cousin from a super invasive unnecessary surgery when she was a baby. She's good. That's awesome that there's actually good brujas out there.
One of my cousins used to be really sick all the time. And I guess the parents went to not a psychic, something like that. Like a Glitch has redeemed a question and says, so when are we getting them vlogs?
Soon. I actually really want to do...
We want to do vlogs, but it's going to take more cameras.
I'm going to figure out a way where we can at least do one where it's like, here's how an episode of Scarish is made. So we'll talk about that, and I know we've gone over it. Robin has a camera she has her eye on that's pretty choice, and we'll go from there.
It's just expensive. Really, really expensive.
Which is funny because Anna says, Adam just wants that choice soaker tub in Scotland.
Wow.
Fuck, yes I do. That thing looks amazing.
Yeah, so my aunt and uncle, I think they went to some sort of naturalist, herbalist, something like that, and they told them to do particular rituals. It was nothing weird. It was kind of, I mean, whatever. It's not like you go to a doctor and they'll fix it. You know what I mean? But once they did all this stuff, my cousin's been totally fine, and he's a healthy little boy. He's cute.
Right on.
But yeah, so sometimes, I mean,
Dead's better.
That's fucked up.
Obviously, it's
but
a joke.
No, sometimes you can't just do regular Western medicine. You're gonna have to have a bruja or something like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, someone needs to know some stuff to get some stuff taken care of.
Yeah.
All right. Yesenia says, I just scared myself with my reflection in the mirror, which is hilarious. So people laughed about that. Shannon said, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Shannon.
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you. Alexis Coomer says, hi. What up, Alexis? Thank you for joining us. We're done with the stories. We're about to switch over into Marbles on Stream. Alexis says, how are you guys? We're doing pretty good. Aljabar says, woo, late boys. Thank you for joining us late.
Marbles on Stream is a game we play with all our listeners at the end of every single live stream. It is just an opportunity for you guys to join us, play a little game. It's totally free to join. Just got to type a couple things into Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you're going to have to hop on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. I'm sorry it doesn't work with YouTube. But just hop on over, join us on Twitch. It's totally free. If you have Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime is totally free as well. And you can actually subscribe to us with Jeff Bezos' money. So go ahead and do that. And
last thing I'm going to put out here from YouTube, Rob S. says, one night I watched a shadow figure walk from my master bathroom into the closet, said, fuck it, and went to sleep with the blanket over my head. Ultimate protection. It's hilarious.
Nice.
And 100% accurate. Okay, you can take over to your Twitch stuff.
All right.
I'm going to move this over here.
Yeah, so join us
and
for
get
Marbles on
set up.
Stream. It's just a game we play with all our spooky friends, and it gives you an opportunity to win some free sticker or coaster or some small piece of merch. Let me read some of the things on here that we have. Emanon says they're on the 4th time listening to our podcast on
Dang,
Spotify
that's
from the
pretty good.
beginning. I'm What's for Dinner says, I'll have to re-listen to them all. They work 12-hour days. You got a lot of time. And Mrs. Ellis says, oh God, I just thought about Hill House. Started crying.
Aw. Hey, if you want to see what happens to Nell in the alternate version, watch You Season 2, because the same actress that played Nell is the new obsession.
It's Elle, isn't it? Or is it Nell?
I thought it was Nell,
Is it
but
Nell?
I might
Yeah.
be wrong.
No, it might be.
Someone
Nell.
let
I
Robin
don't
know so she can correct
No,
me a
it's
second
Nell.
time.
I think you're right. It's totally Nell. Yeah, no, she's in You Season 2, and she's really good in it, too. Mrs. Ellis says, sleep paralysis is officially a trigger for Hill House, which totally makes sense, because that's like the whole thing in Hill House. Emanon Sales, the main 2 podcasts I listen to is Us and... Ooh,
Shout out to Ghost Java Bean, who just resubscribed
Thank
for the
you
second
so
month
much.
in a row.
I heard it's spooky, so I was like...
Can you press play so I can see when this thing switches over?
All right. People listen to Us, No Sleep Podcast, other Office Ladies. A lot of people like No Sleep Podcast. I gotta listen to it because I would love to hear more scary stories. Glitch is like The Adventure Zone, Mabim Bam. The Hamburglar says about that last story you read, sounds like they need to burn the doll in the house with it just to be safe.
Yeah, probably right. Probably right. on that
Emanon
one.
says Tales from the Gas Station are by far my favorite from Creepy.
Shout out to Kid Koji, who just subscribed using their
Thank you
Amazon
so
Prime
much.
/ Twitch Prime. All right. Hopefully this has worked. I'm watching the monitor over there on Robin's screen to
Thank
see.
you so much, Glitch, for being an amazing moderator and putting all the links into our
We
streams.
love you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So people, you can start voting for what track you want to race by typing !vote then a space, then the number that corresponds with the track you would like to race. I'm going to click local stats right here so we can see which ones we have and have not raced yet. If there's not an average time, it means we have not raced it.
Glitch says they have storm shelters in Texas, so not everybody needs a basement.
That makes sense. That tracks.
I'm What's for Dinner says, let's set a Patreon goal, and if we hit it, Robin has to do an episode in an English accent.
That's
it would be
amazing.
so offensive because I'm so bad at it.
She thinks she's bad at it. She's not that bad at it. She's just embarrassed.
Mrs. Illa says, my husband says Adam should have to do an Australian accent.
Oi!
And then she goes, oi.
Knew it was coming.
Cat Beatrix, welcome to the podcast.
We have quite a few people voting for Endurance Test, which is up to 8 votes, and a lot of other votes scattered throughout the other tracks. We'll let this keep scrolling. I see the Scriptory has joined us as well.
Thank
so we don't
you.
have to send a text to say, like, why aren't you racing in marbles, bruh?
Let's see.
I am so thirsty.
I have this tea. It's pretty good.
It's tea. I don't want tea. I
It's
want
Earl
agua.
Grey. It's an Earl Grey latte.
I want agua. I'm being a little bitch right now. I apologize.
Everyone's voting. Okay, cool. Nice.
All right.
I'm
so
like-
we're going to let this scroll, and then if we have double digits of votes for Endurance Test, it's the one we're going to go with.
Which one do I want? How do I vote?
All right, we're at 9, so we'll let it scroll to the bottom one more time. It's going to be Endurance Test. Let's be real. I'm going to click it. That way we can look at some of the stats on it. Some season stats, perhaps. Okay. Average time to complete this track is 2 minutes and 37 seconds. It's not showing up here who the record holder is for it. It'll show before we get started. I'm going to go ahead and click race because we know this is going to be the one, and we're now at 10. So let's get over there. That looks cold. I'm cold just looking at this.
Our friends that we saw yesterday,
Exclamation point play to join the race.
Who we had a layover in Dallas. We got to see our friends that we haven't seen in so long. We're saying that they had snow last weekend, and then it was really warm yesterday, and then today it was freezing again, and I was just mind blown by how crazy
The weather
is.
All right, we have 15
I'm not ready
marbles in the stream right now, and it's still climbing. Now we're up to 19. Let's break into the 20s. Who's out there who has not joined in?
Exclamation point play. It's totally free to join. If you're still on YouTube, please hop on over to Twitch. It's great to play with everyone.
Indeed. All right, we got 21 now. The scriptery just joined in. So anyone who's still out there, you have I'll give you around 30 seconds left to join in. You'll win some free merchandise, as Robin has already said. Right now, the world record holder for this track is Egg Southpaw with a
EGC,
minute and 53. It is EGC Southpaw. EGC Southpaw in a minute and 53 seconds. So we just got one
So
more.
it's a long track.
Yeah. Ares 22.
Thank you so much for joining.
So we got 22 marbles right now. For those of you who can see all of these other colored balls, the subscribers have a heart eye emoji, ball, marble, whatever to race with. Everyone else gets the plain white one, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just not the fancy one.
Just means you guys should subscribe.
All right, it's been about 30 seconds. I think I have an internal clock, and it might not be accurate. So I'm going to go ahead and click start. From now on, you have 10 seconds to join. If you have not already done so, it has been clicked, and then we're going to get it going.
Also, little heads up, we will be in California for a little tiny event called Otaku Market Gathering. I'm going to have my little artist alley table there on February 15th. It's going to be in Buena Park, California. Buena Park, California. If you guys want to say hi to us while we're in California that day, that'd be cool.
We'll post more information about it, and we'll probably repeat that in the outro so that folks who are listening and not watching the live stream will also know about it.
Yeah.
As for right now, we're all watching to see who can get through this funnel first. It looks like Woo Scarish is the first one through, and that is a good thing because a lot of us are caught up back there. I said that, and then everyone starts funneling through. It looks like a lot of other people are going the opposite direction. We have deviating tracks and like a dead old track off to the side, which is just weird. So let's just see where we're all going to wind up meeting up. Woo Scarish is still in the lead with the scriptery coming in second. Candy Coated Glitter and Ares, Raisin Rebel as well, fighting it out. It looks like the scriptery, Woo Scarish, and Raisin Rebel are all taking the same line right now, which will make this very interesting.
Cat Beatrix says, what's the date and time again? It's going to be February 15th. And it's going to be all day, I'm pretty sure. I think we're going to be there till like 7 or 8. It's a long day of selling anime shit. The Hamburglar says, my girlfriend's birthday is Valentine's Day. Totally going to try to make it to Buena Park on the 15th. That would be super cool.
Woo Scarish cruised through that fan blade, and Ares 22 was not far behind. Now they're going through these circle loop-de-loops down here. And then we're coming up on the end pretty quickly here. So I don't think we're going to set the record, but I think we're going to be pretty close to it. Woo Scarish right now is doing pretty well.
I'm going to have a whole bunch of Scarish merch there. So if you guys want to buy stuff, you can do that.
Woo Scarish got stopped by this fan blade. It's going to give Ares 22 the time that they need.
Oh, yeah, they're through.
And they did sneak through. There's not a lot of obstacles left between them and the end except this fan blade, and I think they timed it.
Nope.
Yep, they timed it pretty well. Woo Scarish and Cashew 16 might be able to cruise up. Ooh, it's going to be a little bit close. Let's see what happens here. All right, we're going to come down to the end, see who drops in first. I think Ares 22, even though they're zigzagging back and forth a little bit, are going to take it. Congratulations, Ares 22, for finishing first overall. Woo Scarish second, Emanon third, Cashew 16 fourth, and Kid Koji comes in fifth. Now we're all going to trickle in, see who can get some points collected, and see who does not finish.
Aries 22, please email us, storytime@scarish.com. You can take a look at the Etsy store, see what stickers on there interest you, and let us know in the email what your mailing address is and what design, sticker, or coaster you'd like, and we can mail that out to you.
Indeed.
So the place that this event is going to be at, it's called The Source. I've never been to Buena Park, so it's going to be interesting, but it's this new shopping center or shopping area called The Source, and what the event is called OMG, okay?
That sounds awesome.
It's Otaku Market Gathering. It's just like an anime little event, so yeah.
Ares 22 says, I have redeemed myself from coming in 23rd last time. Indeed, you have. Woo Scarier said at Cat Beatrix. Yes. I'm not sure what that's relating to. Emanon said congrats to Aries 22, which is very nice of you. Mrs. Zilla, or I'm sorry, I'm What's for Dinner, also said congrats. We got a lot of messages popping up. Dead last was Ghost Java Bean. I thought it was Robin, but I guess it was Ghost Java Bean, and I was 20th. I feel like these are
I just like that you like to make me be last.
I didn't make you be last.
No, but you like to point out like, oh, you lying.
I could have sworn she came in last, and I thought I came in a lot earlier than 20th, but hey, is what it is. Right now it looks like the Hamburglar is in the lead with 19 points. That's a goddamn lie. I'm sorry about that. Cashew is in the lead right now with 21 points. Then Emanon and the Hamburglar are both tied with 19. Robin has 17. I have 14. And then we have some other folks floating around. It looks like 13 is Era's new point total. And then some folks that are just below double digits. We do have a second race. So if you didn't win that time, no worries. Just make sure you vote for a track that will be special for you.
This year's going to be a couple events in California.
What's the other one?
I'm also going to do Anime Pasadena. I think that one's in April, March, or April. I think it's in April. April's going to be Anime Pasadena. I don't know. I've never been to Pasadena either. So it'll be interesting. Meh.
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 Candy Coated Glitter said, "This was my first time doing this. I have no clue what's going on."
It's just a race. You put your marble in there. Your marble does what it does.
Sometimes, Candy Coated Glitter, we get some really heavy emails, which I'm sure you've heard before, about like really heavy topics, like family members dying, people taking their own lives. And this is a good way for those of you who are watching us live to transition into something that's just lighthearted and gives you a chance to win some merchandise before we do our outro.
And it's stuff that we have here. I package it up. I mail it out. I am out of stamps. I need to go buy new stamps. But yeah, so we mail stuff out, and it's just like our way of kind of connecting with our community, and it's pretty cool.
And thanking the people who watch us live.
Yeah.
Because it makes this a whole lot more fun when we're doing it live, to have people that interact with us. Even if you're not interacting about the stories, just talking to us. Like we talked about mosquitoes for like 20 fucking minutes tonight. But it was fun. It's nice. It's nice to have a chat with our friends. It's choice. Choisin'. All right. So right now we have a tie.
Does your mic have like a natural pop filter on it?
Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
It comes with two, actually. It comes with one that's for voice and one that's for instruments.
Interesting.
Because this is a very...
fancy microphone?
Yeah, it's a really good microphone. So we have a tie right now between Marble Centauri 2 and Multi-Lane Madness. And if the tie remains, I'll let it scroll past one more time.
I haven't voted, but
then I'm going to go with Pixel's Death Alley, which was selected by Aries 22, because this is the vote for the person who is the current champion of the world. So if you want to switch your vote, go nuts. Otherwise, we'll just wait for it to scroll, and then I'll just go with Pixel's Death Alley. I'm really tired.
I'm really tired too.
I think you're more tired than I am. And
I still have to go to work tomorrow again.
I know. I have to go to work tomorrow as well. But you went to work today, which is insanity.
Yeah, I gotta make that dough.
All right.
How else are we gonna keep this podcast going?
When I get to work and make that dough as well. Pixel's Death Alley is the one we're gonna go with. The record holder right now is A Meadows, who finished in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Season stats, it's not gonna let us know. That's okay. Let's get in there though. Let's get Multi-Lane Madness, majority rules. We've never raced this one this season either, so let's get going. Woo Scary said, "Dude, I just want school to be canceled tomorrow." I remember that feeling so well. Exclamation point play to get your marble.
Oopsie.
On stream.
School starts for me on Tuesday, and I'm not excited. I just rented my textbook, and it was $40. I was like, that's cheap, sweet. Meh. Aw, thank you so much, Lee. Lee redeemed highlight my message and said, hashtag there she blows.
Hashtag there she blows.
Dude,
is what we yelled when we went whale
watching. It was so cool. Everyone was so excited. Our group was the only one that was like jacked about the whales.
We were fucking hammered.
I was definitely fucking hammered.
All right,
my
we got
God.
20 marbles in the stream. Let's try and get to 22, I think is what we had last time, unless some people out there bailed. So we'll see how high we can get. Arise 6 Mr. finished this track in 20 seconds.
Did I enter? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm right there in the middle. Sweet.
All right. So we got Zone Star entering. Kent Zone Star. We're up to 21. 22 now with Kid Koji entering. All right. So we got as many as we had last time. That's pretty awesome.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Looks like MJJ over there in YouTube says Far She Blows, which sounds pretty hot. Going for a distance record, it sounds like.
Lee says, hashtag roofie bomb.
Roofie Bomb. Oh my god,
Oh
I
my
forgot about that.
god. I'm assuming the black name there is Kent Lone Star. Ken Lone Star. Kent Lone Star?
Kent Lone Star.
Am I right?
Hashtag Roofie Coladas is what MJJ said. I don't know what you mean by black name there.
Oh, because on Twitch it's just black. I can't read it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at this game.
Okay,
so
but they
none
got
of
their
the names are
sticker
black.
and pin, so I'm so glad that you got it. I'm really happy to see all these pins in
the wild.
In the wild, and everyone's sending pictures, and I am so happy, and I love seeing them when people put them on different stuff, so like their bags or backpacks, hats, whatever.
All right, we're going to release the marbles because
yeah.
Robin loves the pins, and I do not want to stop her.
Kent
I want her to
Zone
keep saying it.
Kent Zone Star's like, we don't see color here.
All right, I've clicked start.
Funny.
You have 10 seconds to join in.
It's a good joke.
Continue talking about the pins.
Oh. Yeah, no. I'm really just happy that everybody's been getting them. It was really fun packaging them. My sister helped me out a whole bunch. She helped me take all those pictures. So shout out to you, bruh. And
how in the hell did they finish this in 20 seconds?
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom says, used highlight my message and said, hashtag play baby pill song.
Oh my god, the baby pill song. I'm What's for Dinner is currently in the lead. Everyone's launching right now, and we'll see how we can get to the end in 20 seconds. I feel like that person hacked their way to the end. However, the baby pill song is what I'm, most famous for.
Everyone's saying to sing it.
I wish the alarm was going off right now. A lot of people are dying, by the way. Looks like Candy Coated Glitter, Woo Scarish, Laura Ann, and I'm What's for Dinner in the lead, but all the tracks are different, so we're just going to stay over here and see what happens. The song goes, don't forget to take your baby pill or I'll kick you down the stairs.
It's such a fucked up song.
It is. It's a fucked up song. That song fucks.
What the fuck?
All right. We're coming up on the end
my God.
pretty quick, and looks like I'm What's for Dinner is in the lead with Lady M0918, Woo Scarish, Laura Ann, and a few others trying to catch up. This fan blade is going to decide who wins and who does not. Austin All and Kid Koji decided that they're going to try and take a shortcut along with Laura Ann into Hamburglar, and it did not
Go,
work
Ashley
out.
Meow Meow, go,
Ashley
go,
Meow
go.
Meow is now in the lead with M Meadows chasing really, really hard right now. Let's come down here and see. Looks like Raisin Rebel tried to take that shortcut as well. Ashley Meow Meow is still in the lead. It's really, really close, though. Hashtag scariest.
Oh my God.
Scariest greatest hits. That's really good. All right, Ashley Meow Meow is going to try and finish this out with M Meadows trying to ruin it. But
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ashley Meow Meow, for taking the win. And let's just watch everyone else trickle through. I think we can all agree whoever won this in 20 seconds.
Mrs. Zilla says now
is
69. Scary-ish.
Wow. Noise. Joyzen. That song would definitely be on there. That girl is poison.
Poison.
Lady M and Chicka Chicka Boom Boom love this fan blade and do not want to leave it ever.
So email us, Ashley Meow Meow at storytime@scarish.com, and let us know what your mailing address is and what design you'd like. Check our Etsy shop out. I think all the stickers that are available are on there. And just let us know which sticker you'd like.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom goes, oh my god, I'm dead last. You know what? Some stuff could happen. You could catch up and turn into second to last.
Nope.
Probably not, but I mean,
probably not right now.
lots of people didn't finish, so lots of people fell off the edge. They went down different tracks and didn't work.
I'm 10th place.
All right. And
Are you even on the list, or did
there
you
we
fall
go.
off?
I'm in there, but I don't know what place I'm in. Once again, shout out to Ashley Meow Meow for your victory. You're up to 13 points in the season. M Meadows goes up to 14. Glitch Grim is now at 13. Emanon is at 20. Cashew, 16, is at 22. Robin is at 18. I stay at 14 because this game is bullshit. To Hamburglar, 86, is at 19 points. The death shortcut was a bad choice. You guys can do it. I love the support that you folks give
Glitch
each other.
says, I want a milkshake, but I don't want all them damn boys in my yard.
That's so funny. All right. This was fun. I really sincerely enjoyed doing this like I do every Wednesday. So I'm going to switch this over to the main camera while I get this thing back to normal. Robin will hopefully not start the intro without me. I should say outro because we've already done the show. It'll be really weird to do an intro at this point in time.
I was going to say.
All right.
Meadow says, gotta go pick up that new DBZ game.
I
Dragon
thought
Ball
it must
Z
be coming out
Kakarot.
tonight because I saw the review in progress on IGN, and I played it at E3, and that game fucks. Like that
Jesus
game is
Christ.
sweet, I love that phrase. Stop trying to shame me into not saying it. Just put that blank fucks. And it's just so much fun to say.
Anyway, yeah, so he was
This
playing
show
it
fucked tonight, so thank you.
Oh my
everyone.
god! He was playing it at E3 and he liked it. It was a good, solid game.
That was good. She just, in case you didn't notice, she just snuck in a quote there for A Million Ways to Die in the West.
All right, so thank you.
I sang the Baby Pill song. Why are you guys asking for it again? Don't forget to take your baby pill or I'll kick you down the stairs.
Oh my god.
One day I'll do the full thing with the ringtone in the background.
Girl Panic just...
Emanon asked a question, said, real quick, can you play the Baby Pill song before we end? There it was for you before you popped that off. So I got it. We're good.
Okay, so thank you everybody for...
Start it over. It just wasn't a good transition. I can't clip the audio. You gotta have the sound.
Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Just want to let everybody know that we are doing a whole bunch of different... not a whole bunch. We're doing a couple California events this year. And hopefully a Las Vegas event coming up later on this year. But I'll be in Buena Park next month, February 15th, day after Valentine's Day at Buena Park at the Source. It's going to be a whole anime sale, artist alley thing. And then in April, I think the weekend of the 16th is going to be another event. And that's going to be Anime Pasadena. So we're going to be in Pasadena. Never been. It'll be interesting.
So you guys can come out for the anime stuff, or you can come out to say hi to us. Either way.
Yeah, and just hang out with us, whatever.
I would like to say that there's a lot of folks who join us live when we do these episodes, and it's really, really fun. And thank you so much to everyone who joins us live. And if you don't, that's not a big deal. However, I will say that there's this thing I sing sometimes. It's a song, and it's silly. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. So if you don't know, then you don't know. But it's called the Baby Pill song. And so they made me sing it tonight. And
you gotta go watch it on YouTube.
You gotta go watch it on YouTube. However, Glitch Grim has reviewed the song, and he says that song fucks.
Oh my god.
So basically, the show couldn't have gone any better because that's pretty awesome.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you so much for everybody who joins us. Thank you so much who supports us. We are going to start... we're going to change the schedule a bit for our live shows because school starts for me next week. And so we can't do Wednesdays because my class doesn't even get out till 7. So it's not
it'll either be Tuesdays or Thursdays.
Yeah, it's going to be Tuesdays or Thursdays. We're going to figure that out.
Basically, if it's Thursdays, I will be giving up
D&D.
my D&D game.
So I feel like we should just do it on Tuesday so you don't have to give up D&D.
I agree, but Tuesdays, I don't know if they'll work out. So we'll sit down, we'll talk about it, and we'll pick, and it'll most likely be Tuesdays. So we'll figure that out. That said, I want to thank everyone who sent their stories into us tonight. A lot of times, someone even mentioned it tonight. You don't tell anyone the story because you don't want people to treat you like you're crazy. And I sincerely appreciate that you send those types of stories to us because we never want you to think that we think you're full of shit. And we don't want to treat you like that and treat you like we're mocking you or anything like that. So thank you so much for letting this be your safe place to come to and send that stuff into. And if you have a story that you'd like to send us, you can email storytime@scarish.com. Go to our website, scarish.com, and click on Contact Us, or go to any of our social medias and reach out to us that way. Facebook is facebook.com/scarishpodcast. I almost said facebook.com/thispodcastfucks.
Stop!
Twitter is @scarishpod, and Instagram is @scarishpodcast. Please feel free to use that hashtag as frequently as you want in any of our social medias in any various forms, because it's just really funny and it makes me giggle and it makes Robin cringe, which is really what the entire dynamic of this show is.
It's like when people always say Quispy and I say Quispy and Adam's just like, I hate this Quispy
This is my Quispy.
thing.
My Quispy is this blank fucks. So please go ahead and use that. So awesome, Robin. For folks who would like to donate to us monetarily, how can they do so?
You can go to Patreon.com.
January Patreon pool.
Stop it. Patreon.com/scarishpodcast. Those are monthly donations. You get ad-free episodes on there, early access, discount codes to our shops, multiple. We got Teespring, we got Etsy, we got Streamlabs. I don't ever give out discount codes for Streamlabs though because the margins are awful. But yeah, so we do discount codes on there. I've posted like phone back like wallpapers or stuff like that. But yeah, check it out. It's something that is just another level of joining our community. You can do coffee, ko-fi.com/scarish podcast. Those are one-time donations. All those donations help us upgrade our studio setup and have been able to help us upgrade a lot of stuff, like get new mics, get new cameras. We still haven't got new lights. We'll get there. We've been able to upgrade our computer because...
Full disclosure, when we go to order those fucking lights, they're typically sold out. And I'm not upgrading to a different level of light that's like $400 for a backlight. I'm not spending your guys' money that way. I want to be frugal and responsible. So we'll get them eventually, but we got the ones that are in front of us right now, which is pretty good. So
yeah. So just any support is absolutely amazing. We've gotten so many new patrons, and you guys are awesome. So.
I'm just laughing because so many of you folks tell other people about our podcast, and I can't imagine how annoying that is to other people when you're just like, you really need to listen to this podcast. Emanon just redeemed and asked a question. It says, last interruption, hashtag Zach Baggins fucks. No, this is a good thing.
Zach Baggins does not fuck.
He does not fuck. Zach Baggins doesn't fuck. So
it's hashtag Zach Baggins does not fuck.
I imagine when you folks are trying to tell people, they're like, what's the podcast like? Is it good? You're like, that podcast fucks. So that's the context that should be used in. But I do think that we're pretty much at the end of the show. I don't think we have any other plugs to toss in there. Robin, can you think of any other stuff?
No, just check out our Etsy store. We got a lot of new stuff in, new stickers, new pins. Please, please, please check out the new hard enamel pins. I've posted a whole lot of pictures about them. People have been posting about them. You guys are so great. Go ahead and purchase them on our Etsy shop. Etsy.com/shop/Robin's Kawaii
so
Corner.
Many hashtags
I know.
going through
Okay,
the chat
just
right now.
go to our website, scarish.com. There's a link on the bottom. Just check out our website. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. It gets updated once a week, I think. But just go check out what we have on there. And thank you.
Yeah. And that's just about everything we have for this episode 101 of Storytime.
Glitch highlights a message and said, for vlogs, pull a blizzard, and we all have phones. I don't even know what that is, unfortunately. All right. So
right on. We're going to get the vlog thing. Don't worry. But so, yeah, that's everything we have for episode 101. So,
yeah.
Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.